see if people join. All right, we'll start and and see if people join afterwards. Hey guys, so this is all dev 30. Um, Maybe we can have two note takers take notes for today. I don't know if Faku and Olivier, are you guys able to do that?
I will need to leave early in
Oh, got
maybe
it.
10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, I won't make it to the end of the call. So
Fine.
probably someone who.
It's okay on my side, man.
Cool. Thanks, Olivier. And Kevin, can you do that too? Then, hey Daniel, Jonathan,
Yep, I got it.
can you take notes? Do you guys have the HackMD doc? It's in the chat.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I don't know if we have anyone new today on the call.
Yeah, I'm new. Hi.
Yeah. Hello, Emilio. Maybe you can introduce you in a few words. We're happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm Emilio. I'm from Colombia, and I just started working in Autark as a front-end developer. So, yeah,
Awesome.
that's it.
Great. Welcome, and I mean that's great. We're very happy every time we have a new person in all devs. It's always like a great time. So you're welcome, and welcome on board. Happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be working here in this environment. So exciting.
Great. Awesome. Then maybe you can move on to the updates and have Aragon 1 starting updating us for the past 2 weeks. What happened, guys?
Sorry, was that for A1?
Yeah, exactly.
Half on and half off. Okay. The main thing is just 0.8. There's been a lot of activity. We had Berlin Blockchain Week as well, which had a strong Aragon 1 showing. Maybe we can discuss some of those things later into the call. But yeah, most part is working towards a release for 0.8, which should happen this week at some point. I know Faku and Jorge have also been doing quite a lot of work on the court, so they can give a summary there.
Yeah. Well, basically, we've been working a lot on the testing on the test suite for the court. We've been increasing largely the coverage for the court contracts, and yeah, we're now currently migrating the contracts to Solc 0.5 and Travel version 5. So yeah, that's the status on the court. I don't know, Jorge, if you would like to add something else.
No, I think that's a pretty good update. This like the testing is looking really great. I think we're over 1,000 tests, and that's like not a success metric, but feeling really good about it. And also Berlin Blockchain Week is quite great. There's quite a bit of excitement around the court, so it was really nice to see.
Yeah, I can definitely confirm that. I was at Jorge's talk at the Berlin Blockchain Week, and people were definitely excited. So that's nice. Yep, Arthur or Yalda, maybe you want to give the update for on dark side.
Yep. We'll be doing a combined update. So this is for Owl as well. As was previously mentioned, we brought on Emilio since our last meeting. He's been helping with the Aragon OS upgrades so far. Over the past 2 weeks, we've basically finished up the audit engagement. At this point, we're finalizing changes on a few apps based on auditor feedback. Oh yeah, Emilio's been helping out with the design system, not Aragon OS. And after that, it should be finished, the audit engagement, early next week or mid next week. With Emilio's help, Roddick has continued with the conversion of the new Aragon UI. About half the apps have been upgraded so far. We still need to do some front-end changes on those based on new designs. And then after that, we need to update the front ends to be in sync with the finished contracts in response to the audit. So some of that work's been started, but most of that's going to be in our next cycle. We have also worked on integrating the Forder API changes into allocations and dot voting as an example of how that process will go. And that's basically been finalized. Just needs to go through some more review. We've also started work on an automated application publishing flow, and Kevin's had some initial success with that, just by way of publishing a basic app to Ringbase. So this should ease our future deploys a lot and help us in testing. We've continued the front-end work on organization settings, but we still need to progress further on the Aragon storage, which is one of the major elements that Owl's been working on. And then we'll cycle back and work on the organization settings a little bit more. We might get to that at the end of this 2-week cycle, but no certainty there. And then we've finished the first version of discussions and have been working on deploying a demo of that. So you should also see that pretty soon. So that's our update, and I'll pass it on.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Gunther, for all these exciting updates. Let's move on and have Mesh. I don't know if Gabby and Daniel are here with us. Maybe that's not the case. Yeah. Then if Mesh is not there, it's Aragon Black's turn to update us.
Yep. So as some of you may have noticed, we have a demo version of fundraising published on Rinkeby. I can share we just have one demo organizations deployed out there. You can just copy paste the event there. So yeah, we did that during Blockchain Week. So what we've done so far is, well, so basically when we published to Rinkeby, it was some kind of hacky week. So the front end was ready, but kind of dirty in how React and all those states and all. So Xavier and Nadim have been cleaning the whole front end since then. It's almost done now, so the front end is way more clean, and it's going to be way easier to upgrade in the future. So we expect to have a new and updated and cleaner version published to Rinkeby by the end of the week. On my side, I've been re-reviewing all the tests for all the contracts to make sure everything was fine. And I just had a call with Consensus Diligence because they are ready to ship the second feedback of the audits after the first mitigation phase we went through, which was quite huge because I basically had to revamp the whole batching system. So normally all the past issues should be fixed for those who could be fixed and was really important. And so we're waiting to see if there are some small tweaks to add in the new version. Though I hope this will be done during like middle of next week. We also have the new kit up and running. And so yeah, right now this week is going to be all about ending up the front end. The cleaning, and what else? Yes, so cleaning the contracts with the new feedback of Consensus, and also integrating the pre-sale contract which is almost ready, but basically it's going to be about updating the kits to handle the pre-sale phase of the contracts. And yes, I think that's all. And we're also starting to work on some documentation. It's still a huge work in progress because I started yesterday, basically. But if you guys want to have a look, it's just I share it in the chat. It's really a week, but it should extend over the week. So feel free to have a look and comment. And also, if you have time to play a little bit with the fundraising in DAO and open issue in the Aragon Black /fundraising repo if you find bugs, please let us know. And yes, I think that's it for Black.
Awesome. That's really amazing. I mean, congratulations to you guys for pushing this on Rinkaby, and we'll definitely try the demo, the app, and let you know about how it looks. Very excited about that. On our side, Aragon Association side, yeah, we've been having the Burning Blockchain Week gatherings, and we organized that, and so it was a great time. I summed it up in a forum post, so I just invite you to check it out. It's here, just in the chat. We also started like the membership process for Nest, the Nest DAO, basically. So members of the Nest DAO would be in charge of selecting Nest grants. The whole process is still facilitated by the association. So in order so it's not too cumbersome for Nest DAO members, and but like yeah. So basically, the decision process is decentralized through an Aragon DAO. And yeah, same. I linked the forum post. I mean, applications for membership are open until Wednesday. So if you're interested and feel that you can add value to the set of members, yeah, feel free to apply. We'd be happy to review the application. And just a reminder that Flock proposals are due on September the 24th, as per the Flock repo. And AGP proposals, by the way, are also due. I mean, are due October 3rd with the new community review period policy. Just to let you know. And that's it for this week for the association. Thank you very much. Great. I think we can move on to the discussions then. We have one topic. I don't know if Arthur, you want to maintain it or I'll withdraw it. I don't.
Yeah, let's maintain it. So what we wanted to go over is basically whether or not there's anything that we can do to help, or potentially Aragon Black can do to help in regards to the Aragon JS review process. And then in that context, we'd also like to speak briefly on issue 361, the front-end event trigger, because I know there's interest from our side, and it seems like there's some interest from Aragon Black as well. So we wanted to talk over potentially maybe like a short-term versus long-term solution, and just, yeah, those are the general topics that we wanted to go over around Aragon JS. Kevin, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah.
I'm actually experiencing some technical difficulties, but you set forth the discussion well.
Cool. That anyone wants to add on top of this? Like I thought, were you requesting like any opinion from Aragon Black or?
Yeah, an opinion from Aragon Black on the front end event trigger. Maybe just talk through like your specific use case with the fundraising. It seems like the demo's up, so I don't know if you're using a workaround right now, how that workaround's serving you. And then separate from that, more on like the repo scale, just from A1, if there's anything that we can do to ease with maybe like reviewing some of the issues that you're working on in terms of like 0.8 or going forward after 0.8 or anything along those lines.
Yeah, so on the Aragon Black side, the reason why we pushed for this pull request was because theoretically, in the fundraising side, we have also we page the state with the background script like usual, but we have this small trick, which is that the reserve pool is slowly emptied by the taps, so the actual available balance is ticking down every block. So we basically have to pull on the chain every block also to query the state of the balance with respect to the tap. And yeah, that's something we can't really do from the, I mean, we could do it from the background script, but because the background script is running all the time, its own worker, it will be like super intrusive for all the app, because it will mean even when you're not using the fundraising app, you will be polling the blockchain every 15 seconds, which is kind of stupid. So we need to pull it directly into the front end, the React application, and then we have to merge this result with the state. And it's really not super straightforward because we kind of circumvent the whole caching system and the reducer system and stuff like that. So in the end, it's like it would be way more convenient if we could basically trigger some artificial events every 15 or 30 seconds to just update the reserve pool and let the information go through the regular pipeline, which is background script and reducer, and then the front end. Because for now, it's kind of a trick. I know that Xavier, you've used some specific tricks and using Java hooks and stuff like that. Maybe I'll let you expand on that.
Well, yes, it's now really more clean than it used to be, but with some hooks, some interval hooks, and using some real context, it does the job. But as you said, Olivier, the regular pipeline feel more natural. So I think we can live with this for now, but obviously it would be great to have this PR merge at one time.
Yeah, there are a couple of things in the pull request that we can start discussing. I don't know really if it makes sense to do it on this call. This pull request really should not be that difficult. And again, I mentioned it in the pull request too, that this is something that has been open and has been on the back of some people's minds for more than a year. And it's just now that it's like, oh, by the way, we had this small problem. So it would have been, I don't know, good to have talked a little bit more. I know I've also mentioned the concept of triggers numerous times ahead of time, but maybe it needs a problem for it to really understand why we need this type of thing. In any case, if anybody on the call is listening who is not already employed and would like to be employed by Aragon One to work on Aragon JS, please reach out to hiring@aragon1.org. I would love for somebody else to come help on working with Aragon JS, because it's a difficult code base right now to maintain just by ourselves.
Great. Thank you, Brett, for letting people know. Arthur, do you want to add anything, or are you satisfied with the output?
Yeah. Kevin, you
no, go ahead, Quasi, and then I'll follow.
No, you go first.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that this kind of obviously the long-term solution is to bring more manpower into this context. But I think there's also something to be said for giving, as kind of discussed as laid out in our AGP, we requested some control or some ability to merge stuff ourselves into Aragon JS. And I think this is kind of like begotten, this situation has kind of begotten the need to begin discussing that, because we're kind of at this point where we are bending over backwards with our development process to work around the situation. And I also just kind of I think while this issue has been open for a year, like and I mentioned this in the pull request too, there are workarounds. There were workarounds for this that with the merging of other features were kind of shut down. So that kind of accelerated the need for this at that time. I think if Aragon Black has any thoughts about kind of moving in the direction of kind of beginning to share some stewardship of Aragon JS, I think we'd be excited to begin discussing those with Aragon 1 and you guys as well as a part in 3 block teams together.
Got it. I think you guys might want to take the discussions offline at this point. I don't know.
We can sync on the issue and then follow up after that.
Awesome. Sounds great. Yeah, then we don't have any more any additional topic for this week.
I have just one quick question about
Yep.
the Aragon client and how, like, is there anywhere written down about the merging strategy of different branches in the client and how that relates to the 0.8 release? Because we're doing some work off the new style branch, and I was just wondering, is that a good place to be working off of? Is that like what's gonna be the latest, or what's the plan with that branch?
Yeah, new style will be merged this week into master, and then we can all work off of master again. Unfortunately, that branch has lived a little bit longer than I would have liked to. But it's at the point now where we have the entire new version in that branch staged, and we just need to merge it back into master. I mean, we were discussing slightly today in dev front end exactly what to do with the branches. Originally, I wanted to rebase merge so we could have each of the commits, but because we've already merged with master a couple of times, we might just merge directly with master off of new styles. But this is something that, like, once we make a decision, it takes us one click to do, and we can make a decision fairly soon.
Okay, perfect. And when and where is like a good time to file any sort of bugs?
Just whenever you notice
cool.
them.
I just didn't know if there were like open stuff that, or if it was like ready to merge or whatnot.
It is not ready to merge yet, and that's perhaps why we're not doing it yet. I don't know. It's a question of like how we manage this entirely new release, because a lot of it has been staged, and even right now, new styles is not perfectly ready. It's getting quite close, but there are a couple of features that are missing from the client in that branch that we need to finish.
Sure. Is there anywhere written down where those features are? Is that like, are those in issues?
Yeah, I can send some of them over now.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Just find them. But yes, if you do notice them, please either message me or message or make an issue off of that as we're getting closer.
All right. Are you guys good with this one, John?
All good. Thank you.
Great. Great. So we're out of topics for today. I don't know if any of you guys want to ask, because we have some remaining time. So if you have something that you want to come up with, please do it. I'll leave like 10 seconds for that. All right. Then we're done for today. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's it. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.